Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, everybody. My name is Wardhani. My student number is 222-321-0083, and I'm here with my good friend Hanan Salsabila, and we will present our midterms exam together. Now, Hanan's Salsabila's student number is 222-321-0082, and her topic that she will be about travel and transport. I will be the one giving I will be the examinee in this scenario. After this will be his turn. That being said, I hope we do our best. Thank you. Uh your first question is how easy it is to travel around your country, your city. Sorry.
For me, traveling around various city in Indonesia by exploring, of course, it's not easy, but it's not difficult either because if we have time, energy, and money, we can easily travel anywhere we want. Because basically, traveling around exploring various places is a satisfaction, and so you can do it even on the business stage.
Thank you. The second question is which method of travel do you consider safest?
For myself, the type of person who likes to traveling exploring different cities, I think it is more practical and efficient to use a private car because it is safer and more effective and more flexible to be able to go wherever we want, as well as a person who likes to travel. I enjoy traveling time, but there are times when we using public transportation such as planes if the trip is quite far and takes long.
Right. Thank you. Has travel become safer in recent years?
I think security on traveling this year is a real saver because, like in the previous COVID years, traffic jams weren't as heavy as most holidays, but there are times when we are yet to security by not violating traffic when traveling near or far and follow the rules on the highway and toll roads that can endanger our life.
Okay. Last question. How do you think people will travel in the future?
Well, I believe people will prefer to take aeroplanes and speedy trains in the near future to travel long distance, and flights will be cheaper to attract more passengers. So the cars would be our constant companion, and we will rely on our automobiles more than ever to travel within the city. That's all.
Right. Thank you, Hanan, for those interesting answers. Now, will we switch? Now we'll switch our position. Now, Hanan will ask me questions about the topics I choose, and the topic will be about art. So, Hanan, time is yours.
Okay, I will give our Wardani the question about the art. The first question is, what kind of art do you enjoy?
I enjoy lots of forms of arts. Mainly, I really love hmm, Renaissance paintings, oil paintings to be exact, traditional paintings too. I think they're, I think looking past, you know, our generations and genres really opened my eyes to a lot of styles and a lot of amazing ways to express yourself. So I thought that was really, nice. That's my favorite. Next question.
That's nice kind of enjoy the art. Well, the next question is, what are the traditional art forms in your country?
Thank you. I'm not really knowledgeable in arts in my own country. I'm sorry to say, but the ones that I do know is a clothing style, batik. That's what we call it. I think from what I've heard and known about batik, is a very traditional form of art in here in Indonesia. You see it everywhere you go. You see it at tablecloths. You see it in clothes. You see it in tons of other stuff. And I really love that we have something of our own that we could turn into, art. And I find that really cool. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it looks like you've been through to every tradition in the country. Well, the next question is what makes a good painting?
Right. Thank you. What I think painting is how people react to the painting. It's how the painting made people feel. Because I think that's what the main point of art is to make people feel things, to make people feel maybe love or sadness or excitement. I think that's what one of the most important things to consider about art. It's what makes you feel about them, especially paintings, of course. Okay, next question, please.
Okay, let's go to the next question. What do you think about children should study art at school?
I think there's lots of benefits about learning in art school. Mainly, it encourages children to think creatively, more creatively, and they can, see the world from different perspective through art. They can interpret it things differently. They can look in the past through art, using art as maybe a medium they can express themselves with. There are so many benefits to children learning art. I can't list them all. I can't think of them all, but I do know it's very important. And to me, as a child that loved art, it's very important in a child's learning environment. Thank you.
Well, that's good, Aura. And how can children benefit from learning art?
I think there's a lot to learn from art. How you see, how you train your eyes to see, how you imagine things, how your imaginary imagination can go place to places, and you can learn to draw from those places, and it could inspire you to do so many things. There's a lot of things you can learn about learning art, from anatomy to landscape. There's a lot of things. I get okay.
Well, we go to the last question is how has art changed in the last few decades in your country?
In my opinion, I haven't really seen any, you know, any huge art pieces I've seen in Indonesia. Compared to what I've seen in the West, but I think what has changed a lot is definitely simplicity, because back then people, sort of express themselves, but since today the trend today is minimalistic, so you see less and less of things, and I think that's kind of boring, but you know, whatever the world decides, am I right? I guess that's all I could say. I'm sorry I couldn't say more. uh Thank you, Hanan, for the questions. I hope I answered them to your fulfillment. Thank you for listening to us. Let's ramble. Uh, Tutup aja ya langsung ya. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.